it's Naomi with Naomi's Tarot. If you would like a reading, go to naomitarot.com. All the instructions are listed there. If you have any questions at all about a reading, you can email me at naomitarot1199@gmail.com. Additionally, I am offering a sale until the 22nd. 4 questions for $65. Normally, I charge 3 questions $65, so it's a good deal. I take about 10 minutes per question. I really take my time on each question. The reading ends up being around 40-45 minutes. I don't time my readings, but that's how long it ends up being for 4 questions usually. But I don't guarantee a time frame for readings. It's just based on question. Again, and I have a bunch of other types of readings on the menu, ranging from 1 question emailed for $25, 1 question recorded for $35, all the way up to the special $100 reading. So definitely check out the website. I have openings coming up on Thursday night. And we're going to break out the Gypsy Witch cards again. So, give us some insight about that International Women's Day thing that Meghan went to with the black and white dress. What was going on with that International Women's Day speech? Okay, so the book talks about somebody learning new information and sharing information for the better. So that's what she was intending to do when she went, sharing information for the better. The Eyes talks about an interest taken by people. There's a great interest in what she was saying with the book. Great interest with the Eyes and what she was saying. Lightning talks about surprise, disagreeable, in accordance with those who are at a distance. So I think this is the people who their eyes were on her when she was sharing information with the book and they disagreed with something she said, or felt like maybe they didn't feel like it was totally, they looked at it skeptically. It was like a skeptical eye on her. The Order denotes honor and recognition of labor. I think this is what the Queen gave to her because the Queen recognized her and made her head of these patronages. And the Ring talks about, again, you know, a happy marriage, etc. And I've been saying, you know, their marriage is doing decently. Yes, they're going to have the typical fights or whatever, but I haven't really read anything negative that's disastrous between her and Harry recently. So that's pretty accurate with what I've been saying. And the bottom of the deck is Clouds. It talks about a possible eventual divorce. But it also, on the other hand, talks about domestic happiness. So I think this talks about the current domestic happiness on this side, and this side, the eventual divorce looming. And then the Crossroads talks about future misadventures at the middle of the situation and evil or negative consequences that must be averted. So I think it's kind of like on the speech, all eyes were on her, you know, and what she was saying, what she was expressing with the book, with her knowledge. She's focused on her marriage, of course, because the baby, whether or not she's carrying it, whatever you want to believe, they are still having a baby of their DNA. And she was given this honor by the Queen. And there are people who are very disagreeable with Lightning towards what she was saying. Because they felt that a lot of what she said, I think this refers to her hypocrisy. You know, I'm not going to go into the bump and all that to be petty and shit, but I will admit things when that's the truth. And it is a little hypocritical, some of those things she said, in my opinion. Again, not fact-based, it's a tarot reading. And as I said, we all love you very much, sending love your way. If you don't like Naomi Tarot, you can sign off on the channel. This is a free country, and you're not forced to watch it. At least here in the U.S., it's a very free country. Naomi Tarot is a totally optional thing for entertainment. But anyways, a little bit of my sarcasm there, guys. But anyways, yes, very much. And this ended up on the bottom of the deck when I put it back, too. So I think it's important to mention the Ring. Talking about marriage. All eyes on the marriage, right? All eyes on her. The prestige of the patronage given to her by the Queen. But people who disagreed with a lot of things she said. And as I was saying, because it seems like on the one hand, she says she's a feminist. On the other hand, she married one of the most historically oppressive, originally German families ever in the history of many different families and societies and existences. Is that the correct way of saying it? But anyways, different types of existence. One of the most well-known oppressive families to women. And yes, the Queen is the head of the household. Well, not the household, Philip is. The Queen is the head of the, you know, the country. And many of the Commonwealth nations she was for a bit. But still, it's not a historically known feminist family, and it's a little odd for her to be preaching about feminism while she's married to a family that represents tradition and traditional female gender roles. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with those roles completely. I think both are valuable. Feminism is valuable to an extent. I am not an SJW, never will be. But to another extent, some things in tradition are nice too. So I'm kind of in the middle. I waver back and forth moderately between things a lot. But I think that's where people were watching her and where they disagreed, where they thought, oh man, that's so hypocritical what you're saying. So I think that's where the lightning card comes up and the eye card comes up, watching her with what she had to say with the book. But let's take out the Rider Waite too. So why does the Queen not say anything? So Meghan is trying to manifest going forward with her plans. 8 of Wands, manifest with the Magician, a positive change with her plans to go forward. But why does the Queen, I think that referred to Meghan, that's the insight I got as soon as it came out. Why does the Queen not say anything? If she's not totally happy with everything, yes, she's proud of her in a sense and trusts in her in a sense by giving her that prestige, the honor, the honor card that came up, the badge. Remember what card it was, I'll show you. She gave her where is it? This card, where did it go? She gave her this order card, so it's called the Order. It's like a badge of honor. She gave her that by making her the head of many patronages. So why cards? Is there this feeling of underlying discontent with some of the members of the royal family that I picked up in the cards the other day? Again, needing to rest, possibly go somewhere. Maybe this talks about their move to Frogmore to be separate from the family. Justice reversed talks about karma catching up to you. Justice will be served talks about the universe serving back to you what it is you gave out. This talks about karma coming back to somebody. And again, somebody realizing 4 of Cups reversed, maybe this isn't what I really wanted. I think that has to do with Meghan, perhaps. Again, not using temperance. I don't know why these cards always come up like this, but I just read them, guys. So what's with the Queen? What's with the Queen? What's with the Queen? Why doesn't she say anything? Why doesn't the Queen ever say anything? The Queen's watching her. All right? The Queen is watching her. 5 of Swords. The Queen realizes that Meghan has these worries. 9 of Swords. And she does recognize that it is possible for the, so to speak, pentacle to be dropped, Page of Pentacles, or the ball to be dropped. But she's trying to have confidence in her, the Sun. I mean, she recognizes these worries that people have about her too, and these worries Meghan might have about herself, 9 of Swords. I think this is more so the worries others have about her. And she recognizes this is possible, Page of Pentacles reversed, but she's trying to think the best of her. I really don't think most of the negative feelings come from the Queen. Only pick up on William and Philip disliking her. Honestly, I don't get it from the Queen. So that's that. And people are watching her. They don't agree with what she's saying. They felt like it was highly hypocritical. But overall, the Queen does support her. But she is keeping like a watchful eye of her. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and go to naomitarot.com for private readings. I will take emails. Any questions you have about private readings, you can ask me in the email as well if it's about a private reading, though. And I am available starting Thursday night for readings. I'm still offering the sale for questions for $65. Normally it's 3 questions for $65, so it is a good price. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.